Welcome to the Equity Minded Learning Institute website. Today I'm joined by two of my colleagues. I'm going to share a little bit about what EMLI is all about. Let's start with Brandon.
Hi, my name is Brandon Owashi. I'm the Director of Institutional Research, and I've been fortunate to work with Ajene on the development of EMLI since its inception here at RCC. To give a little bit of a brief background, we first heard about the Equity Minded Teaching and Learning Institute that Cuyamaca College has produced at the RP group several years ago now.
It's been several years?
Yeah. It has been several years.
It's hard to believe.
Yes. And when we were in that conference, we texted each other and said, how do we bring this to RCC?
I remember.
So we reached out to the Cuyamaca team. They were fortunate and gracious enough to take us through a train the trainer and help get us on our feet. And now here we are, 3 cohorts in, implementing EMLI.
That's crazy. So I want to just continue that just a little bit. When Brandon and I were at this conference, some slide came up that dealt with the data. So I texted Brandon, I'm like, wow, is this real? And he's like, yeah, this is absolutely, let me send you mine. He sent ours like within 2 minutes, and we were looking at it. And then they put up another slide, and like Brandon and I at the same time said, we need to do this. We need to do this. And he had a contact over there, and he reached out to the contact who was another researcher like himself. And that's really how things got started. It's really, really cool. We're going to talk a little bit about how each of these affects us and the areas of our profession here on campus in just a few minutes. But first, Natalie.
Hi, I am Dr. Natalie Vasquez. I am a professional development coordinator at the college, and I am one of the original OG cohort members of the EMLI cohort number 1. And so it's been a pleasure to be part of the original cohort and participate in helping develop the content for future cohorts, specifically for classified professionals, and being able to kind of inform the programming for their needs, right?
So to both of you, what does EMLI represent?
Yeah, for me, so EMLI, what's so unique about it is that we recognize that we have a certain way that we've always done professional learning or professional development, and it's a lot of one-offs. What we decided to do with this program is to switch that up, to try something new. So what EMLI is a year-long professional development experience that it changes every year, but somewhere between like 12 and 14 sessions across fall and spring. We bring in guest facilitators. We try to provide an environment that is relatively unique and allows you to grow as an individual and as an employee here at RCC. What about you, Howard?
For me, it's as you said, it's a year-long professional learning opportunity. But what it's really done, it's created a space for intentional community building. And it really helps to kind of flatten those power dynamics and allow us an opportunity to not just learn about what it means to adopt an equity lens and become equity-minded practitioners, but also provides us a space to operationalize what we've learned. And I think that's what makes our program a little bit more unique, is at the end of the experience, and the participants have an opportunity to really adopt that equity lens and bring attention to the things that they're experiencing throughout the college community that need to be have attention brought to it, and hopefully, remediated or addressed in some way or another. And so I think that's been one of the most inspiring things about being one of the initial cohort members, and then being able to participate and see what our cohort members are able to produce and see them operationalize what they've learned.
Oh, I love it. One of the things that I really liked when I was going through the teacher training with the first team, which is Brandon and I. Was Patti part of us at that time?
I believe so.
I think she was. And Dr. Woods, correct? Yeah, it was just us. One of the things that I really loved is I could feel myself transitioning from being a learner, like you said, into a practitioner, like you said. And that really changed how I view things. And not in a negative way, more of a positive way of understanding the conflicts that we all go through individually in order to change the direction of our path to serve our students. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so
like that.
Let's keep going. So how would you say it helps management?
Sure, yeah. So before we get in, answer that, one of the things that EMLI does that's relatively unique is that we bring all of our stakeholders together in the same space. So a lot of these types of institutes are geared solely towards faculty. It's not what we wanted to do here with our program. So our program incorporates both or all three of faculty, management, and classified professionals. And we also have another track that is for students. So that's something we're still piloting, but if you are a student and listening to this, then please consider it for the next upcoming cohort for that.
Can I even say you can reach out to any of us because we'll connect you with Sharon Walker.
Yes.
Or you can contact sharon.walker@rcc.edu. I didn't have enough coffee this morning. And she'll be able to assist you.
Yes.
So what has it meant to you to go through this experience as a manager?
Yeah, thank you. One of the things that as someone who's in management is sometimes the equitable professional development, they're not really there for managers, but our role still plays a huge role with how equitable RCC is as a whole, not only for students, but also for our own employees here. So for managers that are coming into EMLI, what we'll do is have some opportunities for you to explore how your practice can change slightly sometimes, but can help your employees be able to be more equitable throughout campus. One example of that is we do like to try to model that in meetings. We can make sure that all voices are actually heard. Sometimes we have some strategies for that. Sometimes it's taking it back to grade school, but it's actually really effective. And it allows us to hear voices that sometimes get lost a little bit. And we want to make sure that we're highlighting everyone's opinion. So that's it. That's one example how it can help your practice as a manager.
Thank you. Very good. What about you, Natalie, and classified professionals?
I think for classified professionals, EMLI provides them an opportunity to use their voice. I think so often a lot of the learning has been geared for faculty, and the classified professionals are sometimes left out of the conversation. And it might be difficult for some to find a way to bring attention to those inequities that they're experiencing in those positions that they hold with students. Classified professionals operationalize the policies, practices, and procedures that other people make up, but they see how in real time those policies and practices kind of can negatively impact students. But oftentimes there's no opportunity for them to bring awareness to it and have a voice in remediating those issues. And so for classified professionals that go through EMLI, at the end of the experience, they're asked to produce a project. And over the last couple of cohorts, what we've seen are some really awesome projects that have emerged from the lens of the classified professional. And so I think that's been the greatest benefit to me personally, and for what I'm watching my colleagues experience as they go through the program itself, that they have an opportunity to finally say, hey, listen, I'm seeing this. And so one of the examples I can give is we've got a colleague by the name of Jennifer Bielman who focused her project on bringing awareness to the need to be very thoughtful about the types of seating that we're providing for people of size in the classroom and how limiting that can be for some individuals. And so she goes into a lot of detail and talking about how the people of diverse backgrounds are often the ones who are impacted by obesity, and how that can create additional barriers, feeling as though the space that you're going into doesn't have a seat that you can fit in. And so that's just one of the ways that our classified professionals are able to bring awareness to different situations that would otherwise possibly be missed or ignored. And I think that's been one of the greatest values as a classified professional, and helping other classified professionals engage in the learning.
That's good. From a faculty perspective, I would say, if we have a mind, we have a bias. If we have a mind, we have a bias. So the challenge is us becoming aware of those biases so that they do not affect our students or our colleagues on campus. When I say colleagues, that's all of us. Our institute lasts a year, like was told, and I think it actually takes that long for this to really settle in. We're used to going to these one workshops, going to weekend conferences, and not applying what we learn, so it kind of disappears unless it's really touched us and we ingrain it into what we're doing. But this institute, because we meet twice a month, I think it really gets to the soul of faculty and everyone participating and gets us thinking about how we can use this in the classroom as well as outside the classroom. So I think it's very, very beneficial. Again, it moved me from being a learner to a practitioner. And I really believe all of our faculty thus far are being moved in the same way. So what about students? What would you say?
I think that students sometimes are often overlooked at our institution. We have a lot of student workers, and student workers are a reflection of us here at RCC. So we made the intention, with the help of Sharon Walker, to make sure that our students have an opportunity to go through a similar professional development experience. A lot of you are interacting with our students potentially more than we do on a daily basis, and we want you to have the skills to be able to effectively navigate some of these challenging conversations you're going to be having. And we don't want to leave you without giving you those tools. So that's where we're at with that. We're still very new with it, but we do hope that it still provides you a really good opportunity to learn and grow.
Beautiful. So when will applications open up, Natalie, approximately?
Right around wintertime, the leadership team starts meeting and planning and looking at dates and kind of planning for the future cohort. We usually try to get the application out in spring so that we can go through the applications, identify the next cohort, and so everybody knows that they have this on their calendars for the upcoming academic year. And so that's really exciting. And we're really looking forward to see who joins EMLI next.
Yeah, cohort number? And next year will be cohort number 3 for students?
Yeah.
So everyone, students, if you're interested, now there's still opportunity for you to join this year's cohort because it starts in the spring, or you can wait until next fall and then reach out and we'll get you set up for that. For the rest of us, look in your emails real soon in the spring, early spring, so that you can apply to be part of our next cohort. Any other thoughts or questions?
I just want to say I think it's been one of the best experiences that I've had at RCC so far. I've been here, 13 years, and this is the most impactful professional development I've participated in. I think it's been really, really awesome, and I've learned so much about myself and about what I want to do differently in the role that and how I serve students. And so it's just been an amazing experience.
Diving into something similar to this can be a little bit intimidating. I think that's completely normal. I think it should be expected. I do want to reassure you, though, if you are on the fence, is that our goal is to create an environment where you will be able to feel a little bit more comfortable to grow into this space. With that being said, you have a say in how that space is developed. So if you have questions about potentially applying, please ask us first before just saying no.
That's right.
Because I think that this is an opportunity that everyone should have the opportunity to take, which means you should be able to feel at least somewhat comfortable entering the space to know that you're able to kind of capitalize on something that we're starting here.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you both for being here today. We're looking forward to more participants in our EMLI cohorts in the future. We're really making a difference not only here at our campus, but really around the country. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.